Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Show 108, 107. I have lost count.
Could be 108.
Sorry, I'm all flustered. I've been running around. How are you, Beach?
I'm alright.
What's news?
So much stuff happening.
Model Expo this week, guys. Who's
Yep.
pumped?
I'm pumped. I was there last night actually, putting in my entry.
Oh, I tried to sneak a few entries in, but I don't think we didn't let them in.
We talked
Who's
about it,
watching
didn't we?
today? Have we got anybody on?
Yeah, there's people there.
Who's there?
Sure.
You've got the wrong screen on.
I have. How about I go
Hi,
over
everybody.
here? Alright.
Thanks for watching. I'm getting the car of the week just brought into us.
Here we go. Oh. it's been
I know
delivered.
that hand anyway.
And
Where is it?
you're gonna have to bring it back. Bring it back. There we go.
Hello. What have you got there? Car of the week.
No one's gonna be able to work that one out.
What do we know about car of the week?
Car of the week. It's really small.
Don't put it that close.
What do we need to know?
Need to know the color.
Yeah.
The make, the
Mhm.
model,
Mhm.
the year. Hybrid, diesel, unleaded.
That's a lot of detail.
Color code.
Color code. What, the official color code? I was gonna know that.
Well, the official color.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Well, you give it away. Usually you say British Racing Green or something.
Yeah, well I haven't this time ever.
Oh.
Not British Racing Blue, is it?
Definitely not. So, what have we got on? Thanks, guys, for coming in today. It's going to be a huge show. We've got a
It's gonna be
special
hard to see
guest.
that. We're doing?
Yeah, I didn't have any time to really get on socials and put the word out there. We've got Matt Jenkins coming in today. So we've been feverishly working on a BD11 build today.
Yep.
So that will be coming out soon. I can't say who it's for because it's a surprise,
Yes.
but it's for one of our special team races.
Mhm.
Getting himself a new BD11 that he probably doesn't know about.
How excited was that?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to sleep if it was me. And it's like we'll talk through it when Matty gets here. Like we've only just done the first few steps because like Matt's pretty slow and I've got to get him along. But no, the car's coming along phenomenal.
I'm going to do a little bit of an adjustment here while you're
What?
talking.
What are you doing?
Because you can't see the car of the week, right? This is,
Whoa, my whole world's moving. Stop it!
How's that? Is that better?
You're spoiling me. That's better.
It is, isn't it? I'm sort of like...
What's this blue thing for?
The blue thing, it's something very special. It's going
Is
to
it?
involve you too, I think.
Involve me.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Well, it looks particularly engage.
Does
Engage?
it? How do you know?
N scale. I don't know what we
that's
call
not
it.
actually in scale.
What is it?
That's HO narrow
You
gauge.
wouldn't know. I think we better get Marlon on to talk about it
Yeah,
more.
why not?
What do you reckon? Come on, Marlon.
Hello, Marlon.
Hey guys,
Welcome.
What's the special here that you've been working on?
that's right. Now this was a lockdown project.
A lockdown project.
Lockdown project. I actually showed
Oh,
the
we
progress.
all had them, didn't we?
We did.
Hey,
We did.
We all had them.
Going back to our Hearns at home
Oh.
days when we were doing the live stream from home in the evenings on Friday.
We did that the other week.
Yeah, you guys did. You
Sure.
revived it.
Do we?
Yeah. But when it was a necessity because there was no other way to do the live.
Yeah.
I remember I did touch on this. That would have been about a year ago now, I think. But the idea behind this, and you expressed a lot of interest last week and in a few previous weeks about getting going with building your first model railway layout.
Exactly.
So I thought that I'd bring this in and we could work on this together over the
Exactly.
coming weeks.
And if anybody's out there like me who needs a helping hand or doesn't know where to start in building your rail, we're going to do it here on the show.
That's it live.
We're going to spend 10, 15 minutes a week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to build a rail. We're going to build a layout.
We're going to learn something.
Probably not Marlon, but you know what?
I'm always learning. Always.
Got to learn about you.
Technically, this is the first 009 narrow gauge layout that I've worked on before. So this is new for me as well.
What's 009?
So 009 is, 00 scale, which is the
I know 007.
007. Yeah, he has a license to kill, but
That's right.
009 gives you a license to train.
A license to thrill.
Ah,
But anyway, it's 1 to 76 scale is the scale factor. So actually the same as our car of the week,
Don't give it away.
but it's just the car of the week. But
All right.
now you know the scale, but that wasn't part of the question, was it?
So the car of the week could go in the diorama.
Yes, technically it could. That would actually work in the diorama.
Oh, look out!
So
We've got an addition already to the diorama.
technically that's the scale. There you go. So it shows you how small these trains are. So
What's that?
narrow gauge, yeah,
It's bigger than the train.
it's actually about the same length.
so it shows you how compact
Yeah.
it is.
It's a small train.
That's why they use them on the small tracks.
Luckily, we've got radii 5 curves in.
No, these are special.
Ah.
These are a special. I made it up myself. Curve radius.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about that because obviously we're going to be skipping the track laying part.
Well, how about let's have a closer look
Yeah.
from the top,
For sure.
and then do this.
Looks like BJ's cat's been scratching at it.
That was me.
So
Were you
this is,
hungry?
I'm always hungry.
I think I bought this online, but it was just a sheet of extruded foam. Sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's blue.
Mhm.
It's the best stuff, I think, for making a small layout because it's very easy to carve. I use a Stanley tool called a surf form tool, which is it's almost like a cheat. That is designed for actually carving foam surfboards.
Oh, really?
But I use it to carve scenery, and that's what I use to carve out what's going to be a river.
Maybe we could utilize BJ's hot knife.
Oh, absolutely, we could.
My hot knife can go through that, no problem.
It would,
Oh,
and it would make a lot less mess.
It does. This stuff it does.
that's a lot like a bumper bar, mate. I don't know.
No, the bumper bar is a bit different.
Well, I'm looking forward because we're gonna trim this up, or we're gonna leave this bit overhanging.
Whatever your choice is.
Oh,
It's
don't leave
extra
choices
scenery,
to me.
extra scenery space, or we could trim it up. That would actually be a really cool thing to do with a hot foam wire cutter.
Yeah, because we could get a nice radio.
We could.
Yeah.
Could make it, or just make the shape nice and irregular and make it look a bit more natural, because it's very geometric at the moment,
But
isn't
that
it?
wouldn't be very good for people's OCD if it was all irregular.
But sometimes it's good to throw people off a little bit, just get them out of their comfort zone. But
I'm thrown off constantly.
let's talk about the track laying process because I've done that bit already.
So is this one piece of track?
Technically, it is actually.
Well, you mentioned to get.
Oh no,
That's
it was two. It was two. My mistake. 'Cause I've got a join here and a join there,
Okay.
and I think I was required to use two lengths of So this is
Whoa!
flexi track. So we call it crazy track, but this is the irregular sleeper Pico 009 track.
It's crazy track.
That's already
It's
popping off the
It's
sleepers.
got insomnia.
So it doesn't like to be bent too far. But
It's an irregular sleeper.
like,
You
it
like
is
that
like
one?
me, yeah. When you own a cat, you are an irregular sleeper. So
So what happened? Did you just bend that on itself?
I
And it
did.
didn't snap.
Well, I had to be very careful, and I'll show you a tool that's designed specifically for this sort of thing. These are called a track setup. They're made by Pico, and it's basically a metal template that goes in between the sleepers and gives you a nice, perfect radii curve. But that's the tightest one they make, and that's 9 inches, which is I think about 250-ish, somewhere around that, somewhere around 200 250 millimeters. But we needed something much, much tighter than that because this is going to go in the cabinet. Model railway cabinet.
Yeah.
It's designed around those parameters, those dimensions.
So it fits perfectly just here.
Exactly. Yeah. So I had some Kato Unitrack that I couldn't remember if I laid it on the outside or on the inside, and I used that as a template to bend the flexi track around on both sides.
Well, it's done a really good job because look at the radiuses on both sides is really even.
It looks quite round.
Yeah.
And then what? It's just soldered together.
Well, it's actually just a joiner at this point. There's just a rail joiner or a fish plate on either side, and on this side as well. That's where we got our power coming in from the bottom as well. And what I did to secure it down was once I bent it to the shape that I thought looked good,
Yeah.
I actually used my trusty God hand pin vise to
One of my favorites.
I believe I borrowed one from here and I loved it so much I went ahead and bought it. And it goes through these sleepers really, really well. And
So there are pins in there.
oh yeah, there were pins. And I thought I had a packet of pins. Here we
There you
go. So I'll just show everybody real quick. So we've got these are track fixing pins by Pico, designed specifically for this.
And they go through the holes here.
Yeah, so I made the holes.
That's cheating.
How's that cheating?
Well, so you whittled the hole
Yeah,
and then bang the
That's
nail
it.
in.
that's it. That's what it. But what
Just rail things easy.
Did you say whizzle?
whistle?
Weasel, whizzle,
Yeah.
swizzle,
But
swizzle stick.
I put down a layer of like just regular PVA glue as well, and then once that's set, I pulled the nails out because I didn't want to see the nails anymore.
That's not just a temporary hold. Just
Yeah,
keeping it
that's just
while the glue
temporary
is setting.
hold. Yeah, I prefer the glue
Yep.
as opposed to using the nails. Nails just to keep it in place.
Yep.
You could use pins. You would
Yep.
have to do that. But once the glue was completely dry,
Yep.
and it did take quite a while to dry because it was last winter when I did it.
Yep.
And you want to do that in an environment where you know it's going to dry relatively quickly because you will get some corrosion on the track.
Yep.
Which is what this got, and it was in storage in my garage for a while, and I can get a train around it, but we will need to clean it. So we'll
How
look
do
at
you
what
know
we
it
need to
needs?
do.
How do you know it's got corrosion?
I can see it. Top of the railhead isn't smooth and shiny in a lot of spots.
So if we put the loco on it now,
Yeah.
would we be able to see how patchy it is?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay.
So this is I got like a little mini trains. I think it's a Duke-Phil L6O.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah,
Very cute.
pretty. We'll put it on there.
Yep.
I think everything's hooked up.
Let's just move it over here a
Will
little
the
bit.
dinner tram go in here?
It will, but it won't
That-
move. It's got no motor. But I can put it on if you want.
No, but can we get, is that the motor for this track?
We can get. Have we got one?
A plugger will work around this, but I don't.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
Do we have a powered plugger?
No,
No,
we've
we've
got
got
this one, but we'll
Oh,
make this
okay.
one go on there, I think.
We'll have to get a chassis for it.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's
when
this
we
guy's
do,
job.
yeah, we can do that. You want to give the power cab, the controller a bit of a go?
Okay, can I switch it to
Yeah.
100%?
You're going to be the skinny controller.
You might have to fiddle with the button.
Uh-oh.
There you go. So
Why is the light blinking so much?
because it's not getting very good
Ah,
power
so you can
pickup
see
at
how
the
it's a
moment.
bit patchy, right?
Yeah,
Because you've got varying amounts of.
yeah.
Oh,
See,
there you
so
go,
it's
stopped.
stopped there.
I christened the
So there's a
layout.
bit of
I
corrosion.
christened the layout. Patchy.
Patchy.
I can see the light too. It's flickering.
Marlin's patch.
I guess we can stop it now for a
Yeah.
bit and look at how to clean it.
I'm getting dizzy.
We can tell that corner there needs a bit of attention, doesn't it?
So we want this to run nice and slowly, just like the real life prototype. We're talking about like a scale 10 kilometers an hour or less. So I've got a Pico rail cleaner.
Yep.
Or we could just call it a track rubber.
A track rubber.
Yeah.
It looks metal.
It feels like one of those old pencil erasers, but it's got like metallic elements
Braces
to it.
bits.
Yeah. So
Can I do it?
of course.
I'm not going to get electrocuted.
So probably the best. Nope, it's only going to be 12 volts. You'll be fine.
What do you do?
I like to use the ends. You can kind of see how I've used the end of.
I like this.
Yeah, like
And
that.
you just like that.
So what you're looking for is you want to be relatively gentle with it. Relatively gentle.
As you scrape it
But
away.
you can probably see how where it's tarnished, where it's
This guy.
because you still want some rails left, you know. You can see where it's tarnished. It's now shiny. The rail head's shiny. So that means you'll have better electrical conductivity, and I'm sure once you've given that a go,
So you just gently roll it around until it gets shiny. And
Yeah.
You should be able to get it
and then it
nice and smooth.
should run much better now. So this is the most popular track cleaning tool that we sell.
Well, from my angle, it's chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
That's not showing you at
rails,
all.
mate. No cheese here.
No?
So
Like I
if
said, I'm always hungry.
but if you guys at home have
How
old
annoying
track-
does this sound, by the way?
I'm sure it's great.
Does this sound annoying? Anybody else?
It's not as bad as a blackboard. With nails on it.
I'm getting a little wiggle on. If I can see that.
You're getting the wiggle on.
Wiggle, wiggle.
But if you have an old train set that's been in the garage, a garage for years on end, and you
Why
pull
would
it
you
out
do
and the
that?
track is tarnished, this will work perfectly well to get everything working like new again.
You do that end, otherwise I'll
Okay.
be reaching around. I don't know how that pans out.
It doesn't take much to brighten it up, does it?
So good as new.
Can we
Um,
make it make noise?
What make noise?
The
The
train it doesn't have sound fitted, unfortunately.
I can
but
add noise.
You can certainly add
All
your
right.
own noise.
I can do like choo-choo sounds and
Yeah.
whistles.
All right.
I have a good feeling that if we put this back on the track, we can get this to not only run consistently smoother on the whole thing, but we can do it a lot slower too.
All right, so can I crank it up again?
Yeah. There you go. That's what you want.
It looks very similar to me.
Yeah. You can slow it down a bit if you want. There you go. So this is probably the speed you'd want to run one of these.
No, I like it faster.
You like it
Let's
faster?
go faster? All right. Okay.
There we go. That's too fast. You're gonna get
Why?
thrown, you're gonna get thrown out of the
That'll give you
out
motion
of the
sickness,
cab.
won't it?
Yeah. These things used to run walking speed usually, or
So this is a test of how good an engine is, isn't it?
it is.
How
Yeah.
smooth the low speed running is.
That's it.
Hopefully
So
there's
it
a
just
bit more.
stopped there.
Hang on, that's this because I ran out of power on my finger. Hang on.
That's how
This
it's
is-
working, is it?
That's the last time
Oh.
that you drive a train.
Oh, there we go.
What
It's
did
just
you
that this
do?
control's got a funky switch.
Funky
as well.
switch.
Don't blame the funky switch, right?
But big improvement. Big
Oh, yeah,
improvement
yeah,
over
yeah.
how it was running before. Yeah.
It's all about. It's all about the.
And this is 009.
This is 009.
So it's not N scale.
Technically, it's not. It's
That's
the same
HO scale.
same track gauge, same technical gauge as
And
N. So it's kind of like
a
combining the
wide,
two.
wide body N.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
and that's so we can get a nice compact layout.
Yeah.
But we can have bigger fixtures and fittings.
That's the plus to 009 or like HO narrow gauge.
I'm sold.
Is that
I'm looking forward to this project. So far we've laid the track.
Yep.
Which we didn't do. It's going backwards, mate.
How good is it?
I'm freaking out.
Hey,
We can't see where it's going. It's got no headlight.
no, you can't.
Gotta
It's
reverse
open.
So we're going to model this.
we are.
So what's the next step? We've cleaned the track. It's running
We've
good.
cleaned the track. It's running as good as it needs to do.
What can people look forward to on next Friday's
So the
episode?
next thing that we're going to do is I'm probably going to take this home over the weekend and shave the foam with my special tool.
Foam shaver.
Shaver tool. If BJ wants to trim the corners, he's more than welcome to.
I love to trim the corners.
But basically, we want to get this nice and not
Okay.
flat. Everywhere on this that's flat besides the track, we want to make this as natural looking as possible. So railways are usually, like real life terrain is rarely ever flat. It's normally just cuts and fills, trying to keep the track as level as possible.
So you're going to scrape it all around here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We're going to have a river flowing through it. A river will run through it.
Is that safe with electricity?
It's not going to be. It is. Brad Pitt, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
What is?
A river ran through it. It was good.
Oh.
I liked it.
Right, yeah.
We have got a watermill that will go on here.
That's
This is
good.
a,
We can make some bread.
This is we can if we want to, or power.
Make bread.
So this is
From
nice
the mill.
little So Seamcraft narrow
So they used
gauge.
to mill the wheat, mate. Make the flour, make the bread.
Oh, that's taking it back to.
Well, that's a stone mill.
Well, this is going to be like
Oh
a
my god.
late 19th century, early 20th century thing, so that'll look good.
Do we have to put a timestamp on it?
We don't, but I like to keep things somewhat accurate, I guess. But yeah,
So
the
what
watermill,
we're saying is the car might be out of place then.
maybe, but there's a lot of places in the UK where they'd still have old watermills, so
Okay.
maybe that would be
Yep.
fine.
All right.
I took some of these N-gauge Woodland Scenics tunnel portals.
Have a look from the top.
Oh, we're at the top now.
There we go.
I thought we were still at the top. But yeah, they're just plaster molding, and
Yep.
I decided that they would make really good stone arch bridges either side. So kind of hard to see.
Oh,
Hard to see off the front.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so there'll be.
Doesn't the train go through that?
Well, the train's supposed to go through it, but I decided.
Oh, you're going to make the
I
water go through it.
repurposed it. Repurposed it. Yeah, so we've got the watermill. We've got.
Quite
the
the
bridge.
creative, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
I was
all
going to
about.
say, you've got it on sideways,
being
mate. The train
resourceful.
can't go through it there. It doesn't go
Yeah.
corners. It goes here. No?
No, you're right.
Can we
You're
have
right.
a tunnel somewhere on it?
If
I
you-
think train tunnels are
If you would
cool.
like to
I
have
think
a
so too.
tunnel on it, we should do a tunnel.
I reckon a bridge
fun.
and a tunnel is a must.
A
I
bridge?
think, I think so. It'll
What is
break
a
it up
bridge?
visually, won't it?
Ah, a
That's a
bridge and a
bridge.
tunnel.
Yeah, why not?
And then I think that next Friday we'll be getting our hands dirty with some plaster sculptor mold, and we'll be forming the terrain.
Really?
Yep, with our fingers, just forming it all like your little god.
But then we're going to get the
you know,
track
just
dirty.
we're gonna put tape over the track so it doesn't get dirty.
Ah, look, I'm learning already.
Yeah,
I'm asking.
that's it.
I'm
We're gonna mask
excited.
it.
So how many weeks do you think realistically it's?
Probably 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
I'd say approximately a month if we do a little bit. We might not be able to do it all in the live, but we could do little videos in between as updates. But definitely in approximately a month's time, we could make this look really, really good.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. So that is really cool. Thank you for coming on
You're
today
very
and
welcome,
imparting
guys.
knowledge. Have you got anything else to show us?
I did actually really
Oh,
quickly.
I'm shaking. I'm that excited.
But
We're going to have our own layout.
while we were on narrow gauge, we got a really big Bachmann delivery this
Oh.
week, the biggest one we've seen in a long time, and there were a lot of new locomotives and some new Syncraft buildings.
Oh wow.
So this sort of thing would complement what we're building. This is a
We've
Okay.
got to give something for the people to buy,
This is
mate. Can't
that's
just
it.
use it all.
I like this because it was very Australian looking,
Yeah?
even though it's British. It's a narrow gauge corrugated station.
Reminds me of the bicycle shelter at my primary school.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh look at that.
But
There's little windows,
I
there's blades.
really, yeah, you got a little bench there. Look, it's a modest little shack, but I think that
Well,
would
it
look
could have
at
been
it.
somebody's home, mate.
Well, could have been.
It's a
It's a
shack, but it's
condo.
my home.
It's actually a condo. You got 2 units.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would really look quite nice on like a small narrow gauge layout, kind of like what we're building.
Got
Nice.
a lot of detail in that.
That's it. Got a brick
Little
chimney,
bricks. Yeah.
glazed windows, like you said.
I don't know that it's going to go with the stone mill.
I
What do
don't
you
know
mean?
if it will.
I don't know.
But I don't think we're going to put this on here because you're right. It doesn't match the theme. But I just thought it was cool to show.
That is very cool to show. I love it.
And then I've also got here a
This is in your box.
a few more bits. This is
This
a
one's a bit bigger,
Barn
isn't it?
doors.
this is a
We can have a
part
car
of the
park
same
for the
range.
train.
Yeah, this is actually meant to be an engine shed.
Yeah, we can park him in there. Can we put a turnout?
It's a bit big. No, I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to put a turnout on it. I think now that the track is laid,
All right.
I think it's just going to be a simple loop. But if you really want one, maybe we could accommodate that.
You and your corrugations.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But yeah, just a few ideas of things you could put on a small layout like that. But that's about it, really.
Now, this is the beginning of a pretty funky little project, isn't it?
It is.
So layouts don't have to be big. You know, you see a lot of
This
Put
one's,
into
this, one's
huge
pretty,
ones.
this one's pretty big.
This one's big for you.
I'm out of my depth.
Compared to the Tusagawa ones we've looked at.
Oh,
ones that
yes.
were like this
That's
actually is really big. I
Yeah.
thought this was a micro layout until I saw those, and then I realized that this is kind of on the big side of
Well,
that.
it's double the size of
Yeah.
those ones.
Fantastic, Marlon. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for-
I love it. I'm looking forward to building a layout.
Yeah.
I
That'd
look
be
forward to
cool.
watching you build a layout.
We're getting all plastering next week.
That's it. Gonna have to get some
I wanna-
newspaper down or something. Yeah.
Newspaper.
It's going to be all over your
No,
face.
PJ's toilet trend. It's okay.
Yeah,
We can
good.
recreate the scene out of Ghost or something. Get spinning
Ah. Yeah, that's getting a bit romantic,
The
isn't it?
idea is that
that's-
it's not meant to be a vase, but that's okay. It's up to you.
That's
It's
right.
your railway. You can build it how you want. There's no rules. That's the thing about this hobby is there's no rules. There is, but
there
there
better be rules. I need boundaries, mate.
All right,
Do you?
guys.
If anybody
You
needs
can have off and
boundaries,
stick in them.
if anybody needs boundaries, it's definitely me.
I know you guys have a lot to talk about.
We
I'll just see
certainly
if
do.
there's any comments regarding this.
Not about the trains at the moment,
That's
but
okay.
we do have some guesses on the car.
Do we?
I don't know what it is. Is it an Austin 1100?
No.
Oh, no?
If you guys don't know what it is,
It's shocking. I don't know what it
yeah,
is.
there's important
not.
information
Okay,
over
here's
there.
I
here's
think
another
I
one.
know what it is, but I don't want to
Here's
say.
another one.
But I'll
Is
I'll
it a
let you
Rover
guys-
P6? No, it's not one of them either. No,
But
sorry.
what they're hinting at is that it's English.
That's because you gave it away with the British Racing Blue.
No,
Guys,
I think
you guys
you
have
said
too
that.
much
Oh,
already.
I think you said that, mate.
I better get out of here before I say too much.
All right,
All
thanks,
right,
Marlon.
Wow, how heavy is this?
Yeah, it's heavy.
I thought it was just going to be like,
It's always made in balsa.
I don't know.
It's resin. Solid resin.
It's resin because it's sitting on top of this.
All right.
It's not fallen.
All right, so let's unplug this little sucker.
Can you unplug that and
Yeah.
get this out the way?
Let's move this.
I don't want to break Marlon's new layout. He will never talk to me again.
How about let's move this?
This is a bit of a balancing act.
Here's the car again. Now it's really small and it's probably out of focus, so it's going to be a real challenge. Where's the video?
It's blue. What is it? Hello to everybody watching.
Yes.
Who is watching?
We've got
Any
everyone.
familiar names there?
We've got John,
Hi, John.
Anthony.
How's your build coming along, John? Did you get your? I think he was working on a comical one and something else. I can't remember what.
And then there's
Wild Willie, I want to say.
I already said Anthony. Anthony again. Thunder Turbine 88.
Yeah. What's that in regard to?
He said lovely stuff. So that must have been the trains. Oh, he's got a train in his avatar there, so that must be it.
Lovely.
And Jeffrey's saying hello again.
Oh, hi, Jeffy. How are you, mate? So, any more guesses?
Guesses.
No more guesses. All right.
No, there's no more guesses. Oh, Thunder Turbine is Shraf, and he was in last week. So hello, thanks for joining us.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us.
What else we got here? I think Noah's watching as well.
Noah's watching.
He is.
Shouldn't Noah be at school? Ah.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Noah.
Excellent.
Well, lucky you're here, Noah, because we're just about to get your dad on. So, without further ado, Matthew Jenkins, come on in, mate.
Yay. Hey, Matt.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for coming in.
No worries.
How are you today, Matthew?
Yeah, good. Really good.
It was a bit of a surprise visit, in that we probably knew about it, but the rest of the world didn't know you were coming on.
That's right.
Unfortunately,
Keep
yeah,
the popularity at a lower
bit
level.
of a there's too much. It had to keep all the groupies away.
That's
If they
right.
know you're in, it
The
just
queue at the door. And
just jammed the internet. There's people
That's right.
knocking on the window. It's like some sort of breakfast TV
That's
show.
it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome in there. Why have you come in today, mate?
Coming to talk a little bit about the latter part of our airbrush special. So
Yes.
we've got a finished body to take a look at.
Oh, cool.
And we've started building a BD11.
We have started building a BD11. Yeah, we'll cross this bridge after. Let's talk airbrushing.
Airbrushing.
Because during the week we released a video.
Well, it was yesterday.
Yesterday we released a video.
The video went up about airbrushing bodies.
Airbrushing bodies. Now, I touched on this a little bit from the show from home. Was that last week?
Yeah, we did. You had them at home, right?
I had them at home.
Yeah.
So that's 9 steps, version 2, 0.3 airbrush.
Yep.
And the 9 steps cleaning pot.
Yep.
And I was the first for me of using them. And I wanted to say how good they were.
Easy to use?
Yeah, this cleaning pot here really changed the way that I painted and really cut down. Usually I end up with like 4 rags, dirty rags of half. Usually just below there. I'm only using acrylics, so it's not really very smelly. So I don't need a spray booth or anything like that. But usually I just spray it into a cloth or a rag or something like that, end up with a load of dirty rags. But this one here, you actually just squirt it into the paint pot.
Yep.
It filters it and holds it all. Put a little bit of kitchen towel in there, and then just scrunch it out and throw it out when you finish doing all your bodies.
It's easy.
And it's a great little holder too.
It's a great little holder.
Really well.
Yeah, it didn't tip over. It's got this extra leg here. When you've got the
Very
lead,
stable.
when you've got the lead coming out, the airline and stuff. It was
There's
really
a glass
cool.
too, so there's a bit of weight in it.
Yeah, and I was actually using it. I was actually filling it in here with the paint and everything, and checking it. Give it a squirt and then check it. Add some flow improver before I got out and got onto the paper.
I think it's got some filters in here too. There's a
has.
couple of little filters in there.
Yeah.
There we go.
They're probably replaceable, but
So.
I did a ton of painting, and they're still brand new on the ones.
Well, you've
I've
got
got.
to clean them for a while.
You can
It's
wash them
just-
out.
Yeah,
Wash them out.
yeah, just picking up a bit of the what do you call it? The smoky bits, the vapor.
Paper.
Yeah. So some smell will still come out of it. If you're using like solvents and things, you'll still smell it.
Oh, the smell
But
will come out.
it'll capture
But
some
the
of the
haze-
cleaning fluid. Yeah.
But the haze will definitely come out. So if you go into the overhead beach while young matey's got it in his hand,
Yeah.
you can have a look at the 0.3. Now that one's not pristine. It has done a lot of work.
I'll zoom that in closer.
But I think the trigger feels even nicer now. And yeah, like I said, I was really happy with it. So I'm actually going to give that one to
Can't see anything there.
to Matthew to take away and try on his endeavors and see what he thinks.
Hang on, let me try and focus on
There we go. Really nice shiny
Signature
body.
series by 9 steps.
Yeah, very, very cool. What did you say? 0.3?
0.3 this
This
one,
One's
yeah.
a 0.3.
Yeah. And then the all silver one is the 0.2.
Yeah. So this one over here, and this one here is a little bit dearer, but it's got the Mac valve. It is 0.2.
Yep.
But I think for the acrylics and the RC stuff,
Yep.
maybe it's not so useful. I don't know. I didn't get the chance. I was too happy with that one to bother getting the 0.2 out.
Well, you're generally doing quite large work compared to a small kit.
Yeah.
So 0.3 would generally be fine for you, I think. 0.2, if you're doing really intricate stuff, which you probably won't notice on
This is interesting.
an RC car so much, unless you come up
Yeah.
really close. But it will give you a little bit more control if you need to do really fine dots and lines.
probably from not what I'm doing, but probably from more the stuff that Matthew's doing.
Maybe
Yep.
for shadowing. So,
Like
shadow
between tones.
between tones.
Yep.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
So you
So
can see the differences there.
some 9-step stuff. Now, if you
Okay, so
want
that's
to,
a Mac valve there.
if you want to reach behind you there, Beach,
Yeah.
and grab one of those cars,
Oh.
doesn't matter. May as well get the comical.
Probably cool.
That's the work that I was turning out. It's nothing too artistic. You can see that, and it's all very familiar to those who have seen it before. But yeah, so it's just a black line first, then green stencil work.
Yep.
Then fluoro yellow. Then I back it. Then pull off all the tape because I don't use liquid mask. I'm
Yep.
still
Still
old fashioned and using
Old-fashioned.
tape.
Yep.
Pull off the tape, then do pink and then white, and it's done. So sounds like complicated. It's quite effective, and like I said, because painting's not my favorite thing, and it's my comfy place, and it's easy for me to replicate. I did 6 at once,
Yeah.
which was amazing effort.
the tape gives a good effect anyway. Like the ripped tape really gives it a
Yeah,
nice
and
effect.
it doesn't have to be perfect. Like if
No.
you try and do lines and it's going to be central and stuff, it's a torn tape. That's the effect. So I want to focus more on the driver's head. I don't know if you need to take the body off or not. But the driver's head on this car is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I can't lay claim to this head.
It's very shiny.
That
Shiny
is-
pink helmet.
That is a huge shiny pink helmet. That's our comical, that's our vintage bash. And BJ can take all the credit for this. So he modelled it. Gave it a moustache for some reason. I still
I
haven't
got
figured
all
out.
the inspiration from you.
Well, I can't. Which part? The blue eyes.
Oh, it's got a liking to someone we know, hasn't it?
Can't figure out where.
No, certainly.
How good, and that was a full face helmet. You chopped the chin
Yeah,
piece off.
that's
You
it.
modelled the face.
Yep.
You created a moustache, and you did all the painting effect.
Look at the gloss.
It looks wet.
It might be.
It's that it's that the color's that deep, really glossy. So yeah, so that is a comical car. I only did the
Alright.
body, but yeah, and that's why you were in the model expo, mate, because of that sort of work. And that
You
would have
too
been
can do that.
that.
I'll teach you.
Have you
You've
got
gone
years?
on quite.
Have you got years? I don't know if you really heard what you said then, mate, because
It's got the same aggressive sort of driver look that you normally have on the driver's stand. So he's got the lifelikeness.
only when I'm lapping something. Yeah.
And you're calling it lapping.
Lapping, get out of the way, mate. He just doesn't get out of the way. You know what I mean? Anyway. We can all dream, can't we? No. So yes, so that is really, really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing work.
It's a little bit of extra character, doesn't it?
So that crosses a few bridges as far as we've talked airbrushing on that.
Mhm.
We've talked your modeling.
Yep.
And your model expo work.
Yes.
We can touch on Vintage Bash because that's what it's for in October.
Yep.
So that
That's
the
coming
frog
up
and
pretty
the other
quick,
one.
isn't it?
Very
That is before we know it. It will be here. Another body I painted was a Biddy Design iron body, which is a truck one.
Yep.
And that's on a TTO1 chassis.
Isn't it
And
here
that's,
as well?
That's it.
that is to go racing up at Bendigo. There we go. Don't need to look too much detail at that. It's all, again, the very similar colors. And that is a Biddy Design body. So that's obviously a brand that we do here. But as far as the Euro trucks go, don't focus too much on the engine. That hasn't been detailed yet. A very close friend of mine is going to take that away on the weekend and do that.
Have you got friends?
No, none at all. He's going to take that away and model that for me.
I like the
So
way how you get your wings to come around the backside there.
yeah, I don't know. I wanted the body to look longer. I feel that they look very short for trucks. So anything you can do to lengthen it, long lines, long stickers. Yeah.
That's good.
So, and that is the Biddy Design iron body. And that is hopefully going to make its debut at Bendigo On-Road Club on July the 3rd.
Okay.
July the 3rd. So not this Sunday, a fortnight from now. We're going to get trackside. I'm going to get BJ up there too.
All weather
Really?
permitting.
All weather permitting. Otherwise, we'll put the wets on and just send it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love the rain. Racing in the wet. I
Really?
don't do it that often. These
Well,
days.
they come
No.
with tread tires.
That's right.
They come with
They
tread
come with
tires.
tread tires. So there we go. So there's a couple of pieces. Now, let's talk about Matthew's airbrushing. Here we go.
All right,
We'll just get this out of the way for
Away.
now.
Yep.
So
Alright.
we did start off the segment. Matthew did a video with us and we released it yesterday. We did some airbrushing. He explained a lot about the liquid mask,
Preparation.
drawing the design,
Mhm.
actually cutting it, and we did what, three colors,
Three
four
colours. That's right.
live on the show. So
Okay.
Matthew wanted to go ahead and bring it in.
Let's just zoom this out. So
Have
we
a
can
look
get the-
at how good it looks. I absolutely love it.
That is quite spectacular.
Who's Noah?
No, yeah, well, he's watching.
He's
Yeah.
young Noah. So
Young
he's
Noah.
I bet how much does he love it?
Yeah, look, he
That
quite
is
liked when
You
you
approve?
sort of popped out of the garage. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Look, we did this pretty quick, and we actually did it on the show. There's a lot of pressures, and obviously when
Yep,
you're
yep.
painting and so on. But
Sure.
look, it's come up quite well. Yeah, come up quite well.
you have to be really happy. And the important thing, I suppose, about race body, I mean, not my race body, they don't have to be perfect. We're going to go out and bang them up
Yep.
anyway.
That's right.
So it's really a bit of function over form at the end of the day.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean you can't look bad doing it.
Even
And
the,
that is
the
super creative.
taillights and
I know.
headlights.
I was
Yeah.
really admiring the taillights. Just that little effect there. Nothing too complicated, and the headlights too. It's just effective.
Yeah.
You know?
and it looks better. I mean, as you said, they get banged up a little bit.
Mm.
A torn sticker doesn't look as nice. That
No.
obviously won't happen on this.
No.
So yeah, no, it's come up quite well.
No, you notice my cars have definitely all the headlight stickers are intact, but all the rear ones all smashed off completely.
So
what does that mean?
as well?
Yeah, it's a Simon coming through.
Coming through.
No, so yeah, so that is really, really cool. I think he should love it, and you should be proud, Matt. Your painting's good.
Yep.
I was really happy that I got to learn a lot because it's not my technique with the liquid mask and cutting but it really is quite fast and effective.
Yep, and you can the more you practice, the better you get, of course. It's
Yeah.
like anything.
Yep.
And the more time you take, the better the finished product will be
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So it's just really about persistence, isn't it?
That's
You
right.
just got to persist and keep going and
Yep.
enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, then it's not
not
going to
worth
be
it.
it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So that is really, really cool. Like I said, painting's not my forte. It's not something I particularly like doing, but I do take pride in saying, hey, I painted it, or seeing a car that I painted, because it is part of the hobby.
That's right. I mean, and I said it, I think, during the painting show, that it's actually the hardest part of any build. You know, if you want
The
something,
longest.
and the
Yeah.
longest, right?
Yeah.
But it's like anything. It's like, unless you actually practice and are prepared for some, I guess, spoilage along
Yeah.
the way. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you make a mistake, or if you're learning, there's nothing wrong with learning.
Hmm.
The body's going to get banged up anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no harm in learning, and I guess that's the best way to get better at what you really want to do.
Of course. And look at your grills even.
Yep.
Just notice that. That's
So
cool
yeah, a
as
little
well.
bit of an effect in the grills there.
And that's the difference, and that's what all the pro guys like. That's what they do. There's no
Yeah.
stickers on there.
That's
Oh, so
actually
these are what do you do?
that stencil is actually a P plate.
Yeah, I was going to say
Oh,
that's the old people.
okay.
A P plate, yeah. You just those the P plates that stick on the outside of the car.
Yes.
You actually on the window. Sorry, you
Yep.
actually just peel. They've got a clear plastic layer on them. You just
Yep.
peel the layer off, and it's perfect hot pitch.
Right.
Just spray it through, and it's quite disposable. You know, you just cut a piece off and
Yeah.
use
And
it.
it forms well in the body. I
That's
suppose.
right. It does lay on the body quite well.
Very, very cool, Matt. I love it.
That's really good.
Well, that is cool. So you have to take some of these nine step stuff away with you
Absolutely.
and report back to us and see what you find, see what you think. Like I said,
got two bodies in the garage prepped at the moment, ready to paint.
They're definitely not $380 Awada, but
I don't use them either, though.
like I said,
I'm in the middle of the range.
I think for what most people are doing, I think that this is great. A really great, reliable option.
For sure.
Needles are available,
Mhm.
nozzles.
Mhm.
So yeah, 9 steps airbrushes.
Just out of curiosity, are needles and nozzles, etc., interchangeable between brands?
They're to a point.
To a point.
To a
Yeah,
point.
okay.
Point.
Yep.
So I think the biggest difference is some of the tapers on needles might be different.
Sure.
So it depends on how it fits within the nozzle.
Yep.
But if you get matched and the threads work,
Mhm.
there's no reason why they shouldn't really work.
As long as you
As
get
long
the
as it's
needle and the
smooth.
nozzle together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I got the airbrushes, I said, BJ, I need an airbrush.
Yep.
I honestly didn't know much about them, but
Yep.
yeah, certainly what we got was spot on.
Good stuff.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right, now let's touch base on the BD11.
Beat 11. Which one?
There's only one on the go.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't out yet.
How about before we start on that,
Yeah,
there are a couple
Oh,
more
questions.
guesses, I think. Where was it?
What have we got?
It's already before.
What?
More guesses. Oh, here we go.
That's the only one that knows
Is
what
it
it
a
is.
Ford Zephyr?
No, I'm
It's
sorry.
not a Ford Zephyr.
Oh, this has got them going. I love these little cards.
Actually,
No?
that's it, actually. No, it's not there. Not
That's
quite
not
there
it.
yet.
I love it. See, every time we get a
Do
Ferrari,
we
it's
need to
good.
do it on the overhead so it's a little bit closer? Wanna do that?
Go on then.
It's not much closer because we've still got to zoom out.
Well, that's okay. We can.
Is that going to help? No one's going to work it out. But you
Well,
do
I
get
can
it.
bring it right out, but
Yeah, we can't get it too close.
it has got cream-colored interior. Does that count?
And it's a special blue.
Special blue.
Is it?
Yeah. Very much a UK colour.
Oh,
Oh, there it is down a
hints.
bit.
See, that's why you're not allowed on. 'cause you
I'm
just
sorry,
give
I
away
just give
too
things
many
away.
hints.
Yeah, I know.
In between your British Racing blue and people are going to think it's British.
Goodness.
That's definitely not British.
Look
No.
at that.
What is it?
Very Japanese.
Hugely Japanese. There's a big chunk of it that's Japanese, and that's all of it. And they got a
Pretty
special.
special.
They got a
Mhm.
special chassis just for matte.
The matte finish. See.
Matte
Matte
finish.
finish.
There's a lot of matte
A lot of matte in the kit.
in the kit. Yes.
So they've really listened to our lead Victorian driver, and he said, "I need something more matte," and they've come.
They've come to the party, right? They've really produced.
So what are we looking at?
Let's have a look from the top, I reckon.
All right, this is driveline installed, bulkheads installed, shock towers installed on a brand new BD11 build.
Yokomo BD11. So I think
Yokomo
we're up to
BD11.
about, I want to say step 6 or step 7.
Yeah.
The next step is the suspension balls and putting the fancy arms together.
That's right, and I think that's really when the bulkheads, etc., are quite new on this model, but really the departure is the addition of the suspension, etc. That's where we're really going to see some difference in this build.
Yep. And that is really cool. So Matt's come in and we've done some filming. I think we did 3 episodes today.
Yep.
So it's probably going to be like most of them seem to be like about a 6-part build. And looking forward to getting this car together and on track for one of our team drivers. So the Yokomo BD11 has only been out a couple of weeks. Matt actually put the first one on track and had really good, I suppose, exploratory runs with it.
Yeah, good initial.
And then the boys ran it up at the New South Wales titles, and they couldn't believe how fast the car was.
Yep.
So why not build one on camera?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's what we're doing. We're building one on camera
And give the hints and tips along the way that we've all learned over the years with some of the parts.
Yeah, and try and learn. I suppose myself, I haven't, like I said, this is the first for me actually seeing one. Obviously, I don't have one yet. So this is really cool. I'm loving it. It's going together really, really well. So the diff feels beautiful. Everything's come really nice. We have
feels really smooth,
We have put optional low friction belts.
The white belts.
The white belts. And we've put 84 tooth spur gear to go modified racing, I'll say.
Yep.
I don't want to give away
too much.
I don't want to give away too much. I didn't realize till after I said it.
The bulkhead brace, the optional bulkhead brace is already on it.
So it is looking good and coming together. So that is the BD11 build. Are we super excited?
It's nice, isn't it? Look at that carbon.
It is a thing of beauty.
It's matte carbon. That's why it's
matte carbon.
Matte carbon.
That's it.
Best looking carbon I've seen. Well, I suppose it's a talking point, isn't it?
Yep. Absolutely.
It's like having 10-gauge battery wire on.
Who does that?
No, madmen. All right. Can we talk one more thing I see?
Absolutely.
More guesses?
Oh, guesses? No, hang on. There is another guess. And they're all coming out of Anthony. A Morris Mariner.
Oh,
I reckon we're pretty close.
Oh, sorry. Did I give it
Really?
away?
Was it?
that's
Maybe it helped getting a bit closer,
The
eh?
text is pretty small, but
That's what I thought it was.
Is it? It's a Morris
Marina.
Marina.
there you go. And we need a colour now.
So special color. So what do we know the year? So we need the year and the color. If we can't work out the year, then
Is it unleaded or leaded?
Oh, this is hydrogen.
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 Oh, absolutely. Looks that era, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And I think,
just
do you know
pouring
what?
water.
Do you know to me what made this car the most famous?
What's that?
For right or wrong?
What?
Top Gear. A little car
Yeah.
show. at
Oh, really?
CBC, Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anthony, you are correct.
Their love and hatred
Well done.
for such a car.
What's that?
It's a Segway.
Oh,
What is it, Matthew? What have we got here?
It's pretty awesome.
It's very
Pardon,
awesome.
it's a grey box.
It's a grey box. It's an Automatics A12.
Wow.
Automatic A12.
What's an A12?
Now, as you guys may or may not know, Yokomo haven't had a 12th scale pan car available for quite some time.
Yep.
Matt said, look, I want to go pan car racing. I want to start getting ready for the national on-road titles this year. And I said to him, I think we should probably be looking towards an Automatics.
Mhm.
So we called up RC Maker.
Yep.
And yeah, he's put us in, he's hooked us up with Automatics A12.
Okay,
This
let's have
is
a
for
look.
Matt to campaign. And we're probably not going to do a build on this. We're definitely not going to do a build on this, but I bet Matthew will probably bring it in or share some photos with us
Sure.
about the finished product. And they are quite revolutionary.
Yeah, there's
So-
a real departure from a traditional
Pan car.
pan car.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I suppose Automatics is known for that more than anything else.
Correct.
Like their touring cars or their 1/10 on-road touring cars are quite a departure from anything else that we saw before.
Definitely new thinking.
Crazy with their leaf spring and their damper units
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
It's a rotary paddle system.
The
inside it,
rotary
yeah.
paddle system in the damper unit. So it was all completely, and it was really wild.
We've got a viewer here. Who's
the viewer?
It's Nicola. He wants to know, is that for me?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know if we can answer that on
I don't know.
on camera.
I've seen what he's done to a UDR. I don't know how he'd go with a 12 scale, mate.
4.5 turn or 3.5 turn.
That's right.
bolt in.
Velodrome, Nick. I reckon it. Yeah, all right. I reckon we'll build one for the velodrome.
Imagine the scene in there.
Oh, imagine the crunchy. But it's a good gear diff, this one.
This one does. Well, actually, it's an option.
It's an option. So it comes with a solid axle.
That's
is that right.
Yeah. So I think the original, well, the standard car, I think, is set up for carpet racing.
Yep.
Which they don't use a ball diff or any kind of diff. It's a solid axle.
Yep.
There's just oodles of grip, so they don't need to worry about a differential. But instead of the traditional ball diff, which is high maintenance on, I guess, our tracks, you've got to have buttery smooth diffs for these cars to work nicely. This offers something that's quite unique. It's not as, I guess, labour intensive in keeping the car going. And it offers a sealed diff unit, which is a standard, regular everyday bevel gear diff.
So it was something that we'd be familiar for in your touring car.
Correct. Tunable with diff oils, etc.
So it's hydro filled.
That's right. And as I said, there is literally on a race day, you may have no maintenance, for instance, on a race day. May.
Whereas a ball diff, especially if you're changing spurs and pinions and stuff all the time.
That's right.
It's not so critical now, but when we were running brushed motors, it was phenomenal. And now we've got that much power of a 3.5 turn brushless motor. And what seems to be a phenomenal amount of energy in the 8200.
Correct.
Milliamp battery. We're putting that much power through these things now that, like Matt said, the ball diffs of old just don't hold them together.
No.
The other thing is, as soon as you run offline, as soon as you get that grit and from the rubber tires, etc., or any dust pick up or anything like that,
you feel it.
You notice it straight away. Bringing a car back onto the line, you notice obviously there's pickup on the tires, but then you notice your steering's not as good, of course, because your diff's not working as well, because they're starting to pick up that grit and grease and grind. So this offers, I think, an opportunity where, as I said, less maintenance and a probably more consistent run. As far as the 8-minute race goes.
Nice.
That's really cool. So we did that. One of Automatic's team drivers reached out and gave us a few setup, which is the Copper Springs here.
Okay.
Steve Cornell reached out and got into touch with us, told us what we need to get this thing going.
Thank you, Steve.
And these are the 2 option parts. That's it. The rest of it is box stock.
So
I thought we'd do a bit of unboxing.
We've got the chassis and rear plate. So
that's quite unusual, isn't it?
It is very unusual.
That's your kit, mate. You do with it as you will. Don't let me need sharp knives. You know that.
Yeah. I won't complain like I did with the blockhead when you were touching it.
I know.
That keyboard. Please put it back in the box, Brett. But yeah, this is the chassis as such.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
It's normally you have on a more traditional 12th scale, you've got a fixed chassis, which would be filled in here as well, with a rear pod that pivots on a ball and a shock over the top. Whereas this has a very, very revolutionary suspension system where the chassis extends all the way to the rear and the pod actually pivots further forward. So, this is going to be a really interesting build. Be very, very interesting to drive. So
the battery pivots with the motor and stuff.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So all the heavy parts of the car are the pivots around the suspension.
Correct.
Right.
Because they figure that the rear wheels, being a solid axle, live rear axle, doesn't have its own suspension. So all those parts in line are kept in mind.
Okay.
And the other idea around this too is chassis tweak. So it should provide, even a small incident, less work in making sure your chassis aren't tweaked or your build's not tweaked. In between races and so on. So
is that alloy?
That is alloy. It's aluminium.
There you go.
So alloy's good.
So they've gone away from carbon?
Carbon, not carbon.
Especially when Nicola says he'll do some velodrome testing. It needs to be aluminium, doesn't it?
No worries, Nick.
So that is really, really cool. And the rear end too, is that alloy? I'm just going in there.
Go on. Sorry, I'm a bit slow at this. I've been under pressure this morning.
Wow.
So I'm guessing,
look at the machining on this.
With this particular design, it allows adjustments to suit pretty much any track.
Correct.
So whereas in the early days, I remember you're running different thicknesses of chassis, different thicknesses of T-bars.
That's right.
O-rings.
But this should be all. This is all in one design.
This looks like plastic, doesn't it? But it's certainly not. It's aluminium as well.
That is one piece CNC machine billet.
Wow.
Very nice.
You know what I mean? That is one chunk of alloy.
Yep. And with this design, the battery runs down the center. It doesn't run across the chassis.
Yep.
So obviously making sure we keep the center of gravity as low as possible.
Yep. Nothing in here labeled. Got some
They're
spring
quite
options.
interesting. So these
These are the
here,
side pods.
Yep.
Is this for putting the what's that? The tensions.
Flex.
Flex.
Yep.
So the further back you go with the grub screw that goes
The
in
harder
here,
it is.
the harder it gets.
Yep. Okay.
And it is a rotary damper too, is that right?
That's right. I was just looking for it. Actually, there it is.
Wow.
It's a rotary. So it goes across the car.
Let's have a look on the camera.
Sorry. So just in the bag there, that's the damper there.
Yep.
Yep.
So it goes across the car.
Yep.
And it's a paddle inside it.
Yep. So it's
So,
a
so,
rotary
so how
damper.
do you adjust the dampening with grease
With
like
oil.
before?
With
With
oil.
oil?
Oil.
With normal traditional shock oil.
Yep.
All
Shock
right.
oil.
Okay.
And it'll have leverage points to adjust the softness or hardness on if it's anything like the 10 scale.
Okay.
I haven't seen one. I'm really looking forward to I haven't seen one in the skin, so this is the first time I've seen one.
Pretty groovy, isn't it?
That is super cool.
I think that goes that way, doesn't it?
I don't know. We better read the instructions. I
At
think.
some stage.
That
At some
is super cool. So that is an Automatics A12.
Wow.
So yeah,
Excited to get this and then to give this a go.
Yep.
I think 12 scale is it's probably one of the oldest forms of
RC
RC.
ever.
Yep.
And it is still. This is cutting edge, but it is still pretty much rudimentary. It's the same way that it created.
Mm.
Go front on page.
Yep.
It's the same way that it created. They're very, I don't know, fundamentally simple pan car.
Yep.
Pan car, I mean, usually just one plane of chassis, solid rear axle, or the rear pod doesn't actually have independent rear suspension, and foam tires, I suppose, which is the main thing.
Foams. Yep.
So, and that has been since the 70s or very early 80s.
Yes.
You know,
Hasn't changed a lot, does it?
and it hasn't changed. I know. Yes, now like the particularly this car. I mean, that's a departure from the norm. But the other manufacturers, their 12 scales look like they did 10 or 20 years ago. You know.
So the biggest difference with most of the newer 12 scales is probably the servo position.
Yeah.
The amount of chassis flex that they offer, the position of the shock relative to the mount on the chassis, etc.
Yeah, and to coincide with this, can I do a quick shop run?
Yeah, do a shop run.
Can I do a shop run?
Yeah.
All right.
He's off.
I'm
Okay.
up.
All right.
This is unplanned.
Because I guess with 12 scales, there were specific design philosophies that were carried on for a long time. So
Yes.
the really basic ones from late 70s, 80s, and then you had Shoemaker and Coralie were very big in
That's
that
right.
scene.
Yep.
In Europe. That was a lot quicker than I thought.
You ran.
I did run.
You really did.
The shop's not that big.
What's that?
Latest shipment of MKS 12 scale servos.
That's a bit closer, eh?
Get right in there. I don't fancy on taking this one right out of the box
Hang on.
because I don't have a home for this one yet.
Let me focus on. Hang on, I'm going the wrong
What's
way.
going on, Beach? I'm here.
I'm trying to focus on. What? Where am I going?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I think I'm going in too tight.
Hello.
There we go.
Oh,
How's that? That's better.
well, good. We can see the spec. We can
Sorry,
see-
what did you say?
Hang on.
Do you guys know
Here we
what you're
go.
No, got no idea.
All right.
doing? Wing it.
So right now I'm looking at the specs. So this is the MKS HV50P, and this is a dedicated 12 scale pan car servo.
Yep.
Because they're very unique in the mounting and the size and the weight of the overall unit.
Yep.
Because every gram counts in the 12 scale.
Yep.
So at 3.7 volts, if you're using unboosted, we've got a torque rating of 3.75 kilos and a transit time of 0.157, which is remarkably fast at 3.7
It
volts.
is, isn't it?
So if you're using a boosted BEC,
Yep.
you can get up to 8.3 kilos of torque and down to 0.007.
Yeah, it's cool.
That is phenomenal,
That's
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yep.
So that is, and this whole thing only weighs 18.1 grams. Let's come out again, Beach, for us. 18.1 grams.
It's absolutely tiny.
And that will be the perfect partner for Maddie's new A12 build.
Metal geared?
Don't ask me the hard questions.
It's shiny. It looks metal geared.
I will have metal gears in it. I don't know if it'll be because it's all about weight.
Correct.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
well,
a cheap.
the-
This is a
The
top,
top
of the
one probably
line.
will.
Yeah, definitely the top one. Definitely is the spline and the thread and everything. That's definitely so you can have a machine thread in there. But yeah, so they are really cool. That is a brand new product into us. Yeah, so MKS, they're doing fine servos for 12th scale as well.
Very classy.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a chance to talk about it because 12th scale's not really a thing until now.
Until now.
Ah, look at this, some rudimentary stickers.
You're into these stickers. You like
Thanks,
stickers?
right? I do love a good sticker. Oh, I am stuck on.
What a day.
We've guessed the car.
Yep. So
Let's talk Model Expo.
Model Expo, it's on.
I feel that we've just railroaded the show with RC. Do you like what I did there?
Very good.
I know. Talk to me about Model Expo, Beach.
Model Expo, it's the first time on since 2019, simply because of all lockdowns and COVID.
So 2019 it was on.
It was on.
20 no, 21 no.
22, yes.
Wow.
So it shifted a week later than it would normally. It's normally on the weekend of the Queen's birthday.
okay.
So it's normally on the Monday as well. So it's a little bit different timing this time around. So they started receiving entries on the Thursday evening, and then Friday morning, and then it's open to the public now. And then it'll be open on Saturday and Sunday as well. So it's basically the national championships.
That's if we don't shut it down Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be there on Sunday.
We are going to be there in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, isn't it?
BJ won't let me dress up as Pikachu. Apparently, we can't go and dress up. So,
No, but I know he's going to pack it.
Just in case.
so we'll be
You
there.
never know.
We'll have a roving camera.
Yep.
We'll be trying to get some footage, trying
Yep.
to show you guys. We're going to bring it to all our customers and friends of Hearns.
Yeah.
All the entries that we can get,
Yes.
all the people and personalities.
Yep.
We'll talk to the stall holders and stuff if they'll
Mhm.
let us.
Yeah.
We'll give everybody a hard time.
Absolutely.
Won't we?
That's what it's all about.
Not allowed
So
to
we'll
touch.
share the
No
expo
touching.
with no touching.
Only
No,
spooking.
no touching.
No, there's no touching. There's all the signs up there. You're not allowed to touch.
No touching.
No.
You can admire,
And
but
I
don't
have to
touch.
remind you all the time.
Don't touch.
It's a problem.
I know.
That's right. and keep away from this luggage with the
It's
Pikachu
next.
costume.
That's right.
Make
No,
sure-
so the Model Expo, and that's at Sandown Raceway.
That's right. So that's out in the
In
sort of
Victoria?
Springvale way.
Yep.
Yep. So it's a
Sandown
race
Park
course with
Raceway. Yep.
the
The
car racing
racetrack.
course as well.
Yeah, and we'll be there 12 till 3 Sunday Arvo.
Yep.
Running amok, having a look.
That's it.
Having a fun show it's all about. I've never been before.
That's
Let's
right.
see what we can do.
But if you turn up early on the Sunday, they've got the swap and sell there as well. So
What
if
do
you're
you
looking for, so people hire a little bit of bench space and they can
Mm.
sell some of their old collections and things. So you might find something really rare.
Cool.
Hmm.
What,
Well, you're looking at me like
might
that.
coincide with some of the things you need for vintage back.
That's right. That's right. I'll take some old tins of Humbrol with me.
That's right. You might
No.
find something that goes well with your Pikachu outfit.
That's right. You never know what you'll find.
That's
so,
right.
so come down. If you see us, if you don't know us, come up,
Yeah.
introduce yourself. Always keen to say hi. Yeah, it'd be really
Sure.
good to see. I've never been to a Model Expo, so it's going to be a new thing for me.
I
Yeah,
don't think I'll even go back there.
No,
Yeah.
probably not. But you know,
It'd be a
I've
black
got to
bag.
keep them on a leash.
and who knows? We've got like loads of entries. We could win a ton of trophies,
We could.
or just one.
No,
Even one's enough,
one's enough.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So
That's just being a part of it.
it is being a part of it. We'll be there. No touching.
So I was speaking to Lawrence, the director, last night, and he said so far at that point it was about 8 or something. So it was just a few more minutes before closing for that evening. They already had 500 entries,
Wow.
and previous to that, I think there was about 800 was a high point. So if you consider that was an evening, and most people will be entering during the day, there's a good chance I'll get 1,000. I think.
Really?
I reckon. I think it's going to be big. A lot of people have been building over lockdown.
Well, they have been,
Mm.
haven't they? And some of them didn't even build over lockdown, and just the last 48 hours have been building.
I wonder who that would have been.
I don't know. It's all right. You can sleep tonight, mate.
Oh, good.
You can catch up on some
Good.
sleep. You won't even have to do my truck engine this weekend. You can
Oh.
have the weekend off.
Oh, you're too kind.
Have
Do it
to
next week.
Oh, you're the best.
before race day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
before it has
before
to be
race day.
before race day.
But definitely go to that if you're in the area. There's a lot of people that travel for that. I saw a lot of people that came in here yesterday were in-staters.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of
Probably
people
might
from
have
out
a
of
look before
town.
they went to Expo.
Yeah, they come in on the way to the footy.
Yes.
And they said, we'll come down, we're going to watch the footy, and then we're going out to Expo.
Yep.
So that is really cool. There's
Mm.
people from all over the country. So this is the only one in Australia.
It's not the only competition,
No.
but it's probably one of the biggest competitions.
Is it? Probably because you're there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. Well, I just hope that you can bring home a trophy. I
Let's
know
see how we
that
go.
You can't come
There's a lot of good work there. I already saw we've got a lot of good work in the category I've entered in.
So is there a clause in the contract? Don't come to work on Monday unless you get a trophy. Is that part of
So I got to bring home a ribbon, mate.
the ribbon?
I haven't read that.
Everybody's got to bring home a ribbon.
I'll
I'm
find
not
a
allowed
ribbon
to come.
somewhere.
That's why I'm scared to go to Bendigo. Because if I don't come in with a ribbon, that's it. I'm not
Oh,
allowed.
really?
Yeah. No,
We'll see.
that's not the fun of it. Nah, it's just going to be good there to go and see the people, meet the people. Like I said, get amongst the modeling community. And like I said, guys, if you were there, come and say hi to us if you see us there.
Looks like Andy Cook wants to buy a servo.
Andy Cook would probably love that servo.
He says several.
Several?
No, I need my glasses. He actually just says servos.
Servos?
So let's get him several.
Yep, no worries.
We can organise that, Andy.
Yeah.
Got the tools for that.
Yes, absolutely.
If anybody can pedal a 12 scale car, it's Andy Cook.
That's
He's
it.
been doing it 1 or 2 years.
He loves it.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Anything else today? How long have we been going for?
Well, it's been an hour. I do have some other stuff.
Go on.
If you
Yeah.
can you stretch it?
Mate, let's go.
There's a
I
big-
can
there's a
stretch it.
big-
I don't snap.
There's a big chunk of mucker behind you.
Which one?
No, not that one.
Oh. This one?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is it?
Jesus, it's heavy. That's what it is.
Yeah, quite stuff in there.
Are you coming back on, Matt, or are you saying goodbye to us?
I'll take a break.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, man.
No, honestly, thanks heaps. It's been so much help. Giving us heaps of content, and
Absolutely.
it's really good. Thank you. All right, what have we got? Don't be quiet on me.
Centurion.
You asked me to bring it in. Now talk to me about it.
Oh, I didn't know I had to talk too.
Look how big it is.
So this is a brand new Tamiya 116 scale radio control tank. So it's done the Centurion Mark III.
Oh, that's good because
Pretty huge.
the Mark II is somewhat unreliable, I heard.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's always good to go to the Mark III. And we won't even talk about the Mark IV. So, are we going to get that to fit into the top camera? Probably not.
Well, you're the one
Let's
that.
have a look.
Yeah.
We've got most of it in, haven't we? Have we got most of it in? We've got some of it in.
Stop it. I'm
All right,
losing
all right.
control.
All right,
You
so let's
can't-
open it up, have a
You
quick
can't
look.
say that. You know
Look
that.
at that. All right, what are we looking at here? See these bits? They're the working tracks. They're
Necklace.
already factory assembled.
They're plastic.
Yep.
It was that heavy. I thought it was metal.
Well, there is a metal chassis.
Yeah?
And that's a metal barrel. It's a spun aluminium barrel.
Oh.
The big chunky plastic bits.
Does it shoot things?
Doesn't actually shoot anything out of it, but you can get a laser shooting system to mount onto it, so you can fight other tanks. So it disables the other tank when you hit it.
Really?
Yeah, that's an option. So this one, actually, I haven't had a close look at this one yet. It says it's got the sounds as well. So this is the full option pack. So it's going to have the sound effects for the engine starting, engine running.
What, in the box?
Yeah. So it's got a multi-function unit, a bit like the trucks.
Really?
Don't know if we can get to it. Let's see what's under here. I'll be all
This
sealed up.
looks like it's gonna. This looks like a little bit dearer than $99.
It's going to be a bit more, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
I
What
don't.
have we got
I don't
under
even know that I
This
should be
is just
touching
going
it.
to be.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
it's all
not.
the plastic. It's better.
I'm not going in, mate.
Better not interfere, eh?
It's
What
not-
if you pick up that green box? Let's see what's under that.
No.
Why not? Oh, you're a scaredy cat. What's going on, you?
Well, I don't want to buy it.
There you go.
What? What's in here? Why is that so heavy?
What's in here? Oh, I don't know.
Got the chassis.
It's probably got the. Yeah, I think it's got the chassis and the gearbox in it. Pretty meaty.
Meaty.
There's going to be a kilo in here, right? What do you got in there?
I'm about to tell you.
You squirreling away? What's that? Oh, there's a multi-function unit.
Is it?
You got a servo in there as well.
I bet it's not an MKS.
That's a servo.
Yep.
That's a control unit. You may not be able to see through the red foam there, but it's got all the little sockets there for attaching the various motors and such. You see a motor there with a little.
Silly question. Does it come with radio?
It doesn't come with radio, no. So you need to add the radio.
Is it just a 4-channel radio?
I think a 4-channel radio is all you need for this. And the multi-function unit can decode various movements to the turret rotation and things.
Really?
Yeah.
I think this is a new task for the 10PX.
MPX. You can see all the little connectors there.
This looks like it will take a while to build.
Pretty full on, isn't it? Some clear bits.
Squash plate,
Squash plate. Well, there's the
turret ring.
see all the gear. Oh, you probably won't be able to see. There's all gears around there.
Well, because we've got it zoomed out so we can fit it all in.
Yep.
This is
Full on,
mental.
isn't it? Chunky. This is what you call chunky.
Well, I'm
What's
really
in here?
glad we didn't get the Mark II. That's all I'm saying.
You and your Mark II. That is pretty. Yeah, that's really weighty. Oh, there'll be all the screws and things in there too. It's impressive, isn't it?
I'm not going any further.
We're talking about Centurions. I mean, Centurions were used by the Australian Army as well.
Were they?
Yep.
I'll have to get Dan to confirm that. I don't trust you at all.
Well, no,
Well,
believe me.
because
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
he's my military expert.
What's that?
That was intense. That's what
Intense?
that was.
All right. So that's a brand new Tamiya 116 South Centurion, ready control. And we've got a whole heap of other stuff too. I've got some Cromlech that I was going to show.
Oh, I love Cromlech.
Brand new Cromlech.
We need to get Kaju on.
Yes.
Let's get Al on, no?
Yes. Al
So-
loves all this stuff.
This is huge.
It's in your workout?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
No?
It's not bad.
All right. So these are brand new. These are Sindari figurines from Cromlech.
Don't drop the
pop 'em
baby.
These ones here. So if you're into gaming, so let's go on the overhead, I reckon.
What have we got, Beach?
Sindari.
Sindari.
Sindari. So each box comes with quite a number of figures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've got Grim Harvesters, and we've got these Shrine Defenders, and we've got War Singers, the Council. So you better watch what you're doing there. Let's get a
We're
close
just
up.
going to go one by one.
Let's get a close up of these guys. Now, they're pretty
And
cool.
these are resin cast.
They are resin cast. Resin cast figures. So
Is
the
that right?
super sharp detail.
And they're 28
28
millimeter
mil, yep, which is also known as heroic scale.
heroic scale.
So that's quite common with most of the gaming
And that's from our friends at Cromlech.
and Cromlech.
Can I have a look on the back? I think we might be too tight.
Bit tight.
Oh, here we
Got
go.
that.
Look at that. The Shrine Defender Squad.
Yep, they're cool.
That one reminds me of you.
This one, why?
Yeah. No, just had a dodgy look about him.
Oh, thanks for that. What about here? We've got the Grim Harvesters.
The Grim Harvesters.
Yep. See, I like how each one of them has got. You can set them up to have slightly different poses, so that the heads and the arms they're interchangeable.
Really?
So you can swap them between figurines, and also the joint on the head to the torso is the ball mount, so you can glue it in different angles. Or some people use magnets to hold them in, so you can actually rotate them and change their poses as you go, or change their weaponry. And that's something we get from Green Stuff. Well, we've got all those small magnets.
I'm
Then
not sure.
what's the other one? The War Singers Council. Here we go.
Like a night out at karaoke.
Is it? What do you mean?
War singing?
Oh, is that what you mean? I thought you dressed up like this
No,
when you're not wearing your Pikachu outfit.
it wouldn't be bad. I like their hair.
Yeah, they got
got a-
flowing hair.
It's got a big Schwartz.
As you're saying. What's on the other side?
The same thing.
There you go, in different angles. Now they're cool. Brand spanking new. Only released a couple of days ago.
I'm going to say today. Today they got unboxed.
Well, they got unboxed. Yeah.
That is so cool.
So if you're into all your Warhammer type of playing, so you can use these figures as well for that series. Now, if you're into all
Cromlech's way
that,
better.
I just way better.
I'm not,
What's that?
That's my opinion. Oh, how much do I love an orc? It's an orc jet fighter. And it's even spelt cool. Fighter!
How aerodynamic does it look?
Yeah, it's got a ducted fan.
It's good for purpose, isn't it? You reckon it's got
Sure.
enough guns on it?
Yeah. I
You
don't
felt
know.
how heavy that was, right? That is solid.
What's this one made from?
That's resin as well.
In here?
Yep.
And you don't have to build it? Do you have to build
You
it?
do have to build it. So to give you an indication, that's how big a 28mm figure is going to be compared to the size of it. So it's going to
It's
be huge.
huge.
Huge, for sure. And, when you're building up your armies, you always need some sort of heavy
Well, that's exactly what my
Fighter.
army needs.
support.
My army needs an orc jet fighter.
So 6 front bullet spitters.
So they don't call them guns, they call them bullet spitters.
Yeah, spit the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
And then rotatable turret at the back. Your movable wing flaps.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got one of those bases so you can actually have it mounted up so it looks like it's flying. Cool, eh?
I don't know what to say. I'm
Yep.
that excited.
Yep.
Do you have to paint it yellow?
Well, you don't have to, but I don't know why it's such a classical color for the orcs. I don't know why they like it nice and bright, and it's sort of faded normally. It's always covered in rust and things.
Really? So it's
Hmm.
weathered.
Well, you meant to paint it weathered. It's not weathered already.
No?
No.
Leave that side.
Yep.
I'd like to see you do something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
That'd scare your cat, mate.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon my cat will give it a run for its money.
My dog would be scared of that.
Really?
Nausilla.
Nausilla.
I like the creative words. It says Nausilla.
Yeah. Look at the teeth. They look like Easter eggs.
Not foil. It says armed. So the orcs will jump up in here and fight.
That's it.
Yeah?
It's a bit like a war elephant. A war hippo?
Not sure.
A war gnaw. Well, the gnaws are those little little things.
I think you're reaching now, mate. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, trying to pick something. That's cool, eh? Oh, you got options there with the weaponry. What is it?
Spark energy cannon.
Yeah.
Howitzer.
Howitzer.
Cannon.
Cannon. Options, eh?
Magnetize. With
Yeah.
5x2mm magnets.
So that's where you
Quick
put
release armory.
That's it. So you can do a really quick custom depending on how you want to fight. That's cool. Love that. And there you go again. So that's the size of a regular figure and how chunka-munka this fella's going to be.
Chunka-munka, huh?
Yep. Love them chunky.
That is insane, mate. I can't cope.
So it's Cromlech. So that's only the big chunky stuff. There is a whole lot of tabletop scenery as well.
Yep.
So that's all the laser cut.
There has been
medium
pallet and pallet of figures coming through the door, hasn't
yes, and the individual figures. Yeah, and accessories, little potion bottles and things like that. Yeah, it's all good.
Super cool.
Yeah. And apart from that, we've got DCC concepts back again. So Marlon will have all that out soon. What else is there? You got Aramex
So
came in.
that's the noise making job.
It can be. So DCC make the decoders.
Yep.
So they're not always sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's a digital thing, but they make other accessories too.
Yeah, no, Aramex did come in.
Yep.
So it was really cool.
Mhm.
I feel I've talked enough RC, but there's a really cool range of new modified V3 motors,
Yep.
new to Australia, which is really
Hot
cool.
race truggy.
Hot Race Truggy have come in.
Yep.
Like I said, there's just so much RC stuff to talk about.
Yep.
The show would go for days.
Yep.
So yeah, jump online, check it out. Check out the Facebook
Yes.
for the Hearns racing stuff. That's where most of the RC stuff you'll
I'll
find.
finish off with a close up of that. So I think we actually got a guessing on the color and it's correct. So Anthony again has got it all correct. So teal blue, Morris Mariner.
Morris Marina.
Mariner? No? Am I getting it all wrong?
I don't know. Maybe it's my accent.
Now it's got years
Am
as
I
well.
saying it wrong?
The thing is, we asked for the year, but we don't actually know what the year is, do we?
That's the year it was made.
The year of the dragon?
Just Google it. I don't know. It's
I
not on
could
the
do that.
box.
Well, I have to say we agree. I concur.
And this is HO scale.
This one is HO scale. 1971.
1971.
You're 1 year off.
1 year off, but we've given it away now. But how good are these little cars? They look really cool.
Yep.
And people take a lot longer to guess them than a Ferrari,
Oh, for sure.
you know?
Yeah.
So that is really cool. I'm really glad that we had this one.
I've never seen this.
And that
before.
will be fitting on, well, any, 1970s diorama,
That's right.
you'd reckon.
Yeah. Nice. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Yep. What do you reckon? Well, that's pretty much it for this episode, isn't it?
Wow.
It's not a stretched out one. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Wow, a lot of stuff. I know. And the more stuff that we talk about, the more stuff there is to talk about. So I think the biggest news this week is Model Expo. That's going
Definitely.
to be huge for us.
So go there if you can this weekend. It'll be a blast. Lots to see. And there's subject matter to cover everyone's taste. I go from even wargaming, like those figurines, you'll see a bunch of them.
Will they be there?
Yeah, there's a category for those.
Oh, good, because I've
Yep.
never seen them.
Haven't you?
No.
And then there's figurines, all kinds of machinery, there's different aircraft in different scales, cars, bikes, ships, all sorts of things, tanks, everything. Even dioramas, including one that I might have built.
I know, but you can't say which one because that'll be cheating.
Why? Why is that cheating?
Because don't you have to be anonymous?
You don't have to be. They're just anonymous on the thing. It doesn't mean I can't go around and
Spooking
tell
it.
everyone that's there.
Oh,
Look at that. That's mine. Vote for that. Because there's a
oh.
people's choice as well.
Is
So if you
there?
go visit, yep, just look out for mine.
Have you let our community know on the Hearns Hobbies Facebook page and everything?
No.
No.
Oh, that wouldn't be fair.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you draw the line there.
I draw the line there, but I'll go there and I'll spruik. So if you're there, you might get an earful.
Vote for BJ.
That's it.
I'll carry the plaque.
Excellent.
I'll get the t-shirt made.
Excellent.
Fantastic, guys. I think that's a wrap.
Is it a wrap?
I think we should say goodbye.
All right. It's been good, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think we should get to it.
Excellent.
Fantastic, guys. Thanks for
again.
watching this. Please join next week. Yeah, I'm sure we've got heaps of stuff even left over from this week we didn't get to touch on.
No, that's
so, and if you'd like to see anything, please get in touch.
Mhm.
Yeah, see you all next week.
No worries. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
See you later. Bye-bye.